Morning guys, how are we all doing? I hope everybody's revving to go this morning. So boot camp's on tonight. Did a good one last night. We were very lucky. It didn't rain that bad. But we had fun anyway. 6-week Get Lean programme. I've had loads of inquiries, so if you're wanting, I'm not going to be taking a mass amount of people because I want to spend as much time with them as possible. So I am limited on numbers. So if you're wanting, you got to let me know. So I want to talk to you a little bit about diets this morning, because still I keep getting asked sort of very similar questions. So I'll run through it again. I know I've done it previous, but so you work out your BMR, right? Simple as that. Just go online, find a calculator. So protein, you want about 2 gram per kilogram of body weight. Fat, you want to be about 1 gram per kilogram of body weight, and whatever's left just goes down as carbs. It's as simple as that. You don't need to know and go into it any more than that. And you can get your fat, protein and carb really wherever you want. So yeah, do that. Only other adjustment I'd make, if your protein's really high, so like you'd help someone out and they were 150 kilograms, so you give them 300 gram of protein, more than likely they're not going to eat it. It's too much. So then you have to make allowances and bring it down. But you bring all of them down together. And I'd just pair it with some resistance training or something you like to do. I always suggest resistance training, but I'll come on to that in a bit. Why? But and if you're muscle building, do exactly the same. Right? Keep your protein high, keep your fat low, just up your carbs. Your carbs are massive. Now there is a lot of tricks in trade. How you get all your carbs in to build muscle. You'd have to send me a DM and I'll go into it. It's a bit more detailed. But yeah, leave it as simple as that. For weight loss or muscle build, high protein, lower fat, and it's all working your carbs. So lower carbs for weight loss, higher carbs, muscle build. But still, if you were weight training, resistance training, and you were losing body fat, exactly when you build muscle, your training stays the same. Exactly the same. You just got to overload your muscles. So I thought I'd talk a little bit more about that, because I see a lot of people at gym they might do one set of 20 or something like that, and then when you're speaking to them, they're like, oh yeah, I'm building some muscle. I'm like, oh dear. But yeah, so it doesn't need to get more complicated than that. Just make it as simple as possible. BMR calculator, 2 gram of protein, 2 gram of protein per 1 kilogram of body weight, fat 1 gram, and just work on that basis. And whatever's left, carbs, go for it. Try it, see what happens. If not, lower your calories. If it does work, mint. That's it. Stick to it. That's the problem, isn't it? Stick to it. So yeah, one thing I have noticed, and I've done this a few times. I've made this error. I've gone to buy a protein shake and I've not looked at nutritional information on back. I've ended up with one that's like mass builder or hard gainer or whatever they are, but they're massively full of carbs as well as protein. They're like, sometimes like 50-50 split, or sometimes there's more carbs. So you'll probably find that tub or that bag is a lot cheaper because carbs are really cheap. So if you get a really cheap protein and you have a look on back, more than likely it's mostly carbs. So it's not doing you any favours. So if you're just banging protein shakes down all day expecting to build muscle, forget it. You're missing out a massive trick. Missing out. Protein I use and protein I suggest to anyone I speak to is high protein. It wants to be probably 70 to 80 gram per 100 gram of protein. It wants minimal carbs, minimal fat. And then you can, because we can eat as fat easily through food. We can eat as carbs easily through food. Unless you're on you are really tonking it and getting your muscle building in, and your carbs are like 500 grams, 600 gram of carbs or something, then yeah, you're going to need some kind of supplement to try and keep that up, because that is a hell of a lot of carbs, especially to get in through a day. So yeah, but there is tricks at trade. There is tricks. So like I said, any kind of resistance training, I always say to clients, you should do some kind of resistance. If it's with bands, if it's with dumbbells, if it's going to gym, whatever it is, whatever you like to do. So it increases size and strength of your tendons, right? This is something you're going to want later on in life. It's like it'll help with your bone density. So later on in life, you're not going to be stuck with osteoporosis. You're not going to have brittle bones and stuff like that. So later on down the line, it can really make a big difference, because once they are brittle, you're pretty much stuck. Obviously, it'll improve your posture, but most importantly, resistance training, self-image, isn't it? We all feel a lot happier when we look slightly defined, and we all feel more confident. And that's what we want, isn't it? It don't matter what we weigh. Who cares what we weigh? If we looked good and we felt good and as confidence were through the roof, we'd be more than happy, and we won't care. But we get hung up all the time on scales, and we're always, oh, I've only lost a pound. I'm like, your body will only ever use a pound of fat. You'll only ever lose a pound of fat a week. It is what it is. Don't matter how hard you train. Anything else you've lost is something else, and that's not what we want. We only want body fat. Every week on week, body fat. So I would suggest anybody that's doing any exercise, whatever, introduce some resistance training in there, whatever it is. But find something you like to do, something that's sustainable, something that you don't have to kick your sen every morning and think, oh, I've got to do that today, because it'll not last. It'll not last. So I want to talk to you about ranges. So, morning everybody. If you're watching this morning, if you're watching later, hashtag replay, drop us a like. Drop me a like. Love hearts. Love hearts. Love them. Right, so, depending on what you're trying to achieve, there's different ranges that we should be working to. So let's just say we're doing a bench press or any kind of resistance training, right? So if you want to be more endurance, you do a rep range between like 12 and 18 reps, right? So that's quite a lot of reps. So you won't be having a really heavy weight. You'd probably do 2 to 3 sets, and it'd be about 55 to 65% of your 1 rep max. And you'd have up 45 to 60 seconds rest. So when I set my clients' training plans, you'll notice there's a rest period in between. They're quite important, and there's an amount of reps they should be doing, an amount of sets. So if you're doing 10 and you get to 10, I want to stop, carry on if you can to finish that set off, and then go up a weight. And then keep aiming back to where you've been set. So if you're hypertrophy range, want to build muscle, hypertrophy, 6 to 10 reps. So if you get over 10, next set, we go up a weight. Right, you want to be doing 3 to 4 sets. You want to be between 70 and 80% of your 1 rep max. So if you can lift, say you can lift 100 kilogram straight above your head, which is going to be hard, right hard. 100 kilogram, I can't do it. You only want to be like 70 to 80 kilogram. That's what you want to be doing. 1 rep max. Yeah. Then you want to be looking probably 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest in between. That's what I do. Exactly. Strength range. If you want to get stronger, super strong, you want to be doing between 2 and 5 reps. You don't want to be doing many. You probably want to be doing 5 sets of it. You want to be between 85 to 95% of your 1 rep max. So that's going to be tough. And you want to be doing 3 to 5 minutes rest, just to make sure your body can get ready for its next set, because it's that strenuous. What's that, sir? Oh, you all right, Vicky? All right, Jason? How we doing? Right. Anybody, for limited time you're in the gym, or limited time you do your exercise at home, whatever it is, half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, really give it 100%. Push yourself and make that time count, because you've dedicated that time to do it. Make the time count. Make it best you can. Go as hard as you can for as long as you can. And at the end of the day, it relieves the stress after. How good do you feel once you've done a workout and you know you've pushed yourself that far, and you know you've outdone what you did last time. So in group, we've got a June challenge coming up. I've posted it out there in this private group, and we're going to be competing only against ourselves, what we did yesterday. And it's something I want every client to take on board. So I can't remember what they all were. I think they were squats, press ups, plank, crunches. There were another one, can't remember. But we're going to be doing it as a June challenge. I'm going to be doing it as well. And we're going to be, every day, do it. And then we're going to beat what we did yesterday. However we beat it, we beat it. Even if it's just by one, we're going to beat it. And by end of June, everybody in groups just going to be super progress. Super progress. So, excellent. Right, guys, don't forget as well, if you are training and you're training hard, you need to book in some rest days where you just get your steps in, go for a stroll, whatever it is, go for a bit of a jog, whatever. But you need to book your rest days in because your muscles need time to recover, especially if you're lifting heavy. So that's all I've got for you guys. If you need me, drop me a DM. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Boot camp's on tonight if anybody wants to get in. And like I said, 6-week Get Lean program. I'm not going to be taking that many on. I just want enough, because I want to spend as much time as I can with them and make them progress and be superstars. Right, guys, thanks for watching.